Do you ever wonder why some actors come to depend so much on their craft? There are actors who say that if they couldn't act, they couldn't live. And we might at first scoff at such a statement, like, what do you mean? Like, you need acting? Like, why do you need it? It's supposed to be just a fun hobby or something you love, but to need it, that codependence. But see, here's the thing. I think that we fail to realize that actors, especially gifted actors, are privy to a form of psychotherapy that comes to be seen as non-negotiable. Like, in other words, like, actors get to work out their stuff on screen. They get to work out their stuff from a place of safety, from a container absent of self-consciousness. They're basically given permission by the fellow actors, directors, by the whole production, by the scaffolding built around them. They are given permission to act out their inner life, right? They say, find the truth of that character inside of you. So if this character is angry, how are you truthful under the imaginary circumstances? You're not this character, and you're not angry, right? Because this is this character who's angry, not you. But guess what? They're basically giving you permission to go to a place inside of you where you know anger, right? Maybe you're angry at your ex-girlfriend. Maybe you're angry at your mother. Maybe you're angry at the boss that treated you like shit. There are parts of you that know pain, that know rejection, that know frustration, and that know anger. But most of us don't get the permission. We aren't asked, much less paid $20 million, to blow our load all over the stage, psycho-emotionally speaking. I mean, actors are basically told, have a nervous breakdown when we say action. And what's amazing is that the constellation built around them, the scaffolding, the stage, the director, the actors, the production built around them acts as a featherbed. It acts as a kind of inflatable castle, right? Like when little kids celebrate birthday parties and you put him in the inflatable castle, all of a sudden he doesn't have to be careful anymore. All of a sudden he doesn't have to follow any of the rules. Inside the inflatable castle, he can do somersaults forwards and backwards. He can bang his head against the wall. It's all good. In fact, it's healthy, right? Let them act out their impulses. Well, actors get to act out those impulses. They get to work through their inner stuff. They get to work through their inner verse, their trauma. They get to like marshal and chew on their pain, their loss, their doubt, their fear, their indignities. They work through their shit, and we pay to watch. And what a gift, you know. We say like, wow, like they're so lucky. Well, yeah, but they're not just lucky for what we pay them. They're lucky because they get permission. They get to do on stage what we cannot do ourselves. And so in turn, they become archetypes through which we, through a kind of aesthetic distance, they play a role for us vicariously, right? Because everybody can't work out through their shit, because our society is not constructed so everybody can just act out their inner life. It would lead to Lord of the Flies. It would lead to perhaps the most destructive tendencies emerging. And who knows? We all contain monsters, but the actor, do it on stage and do it when we say action, and archetypalize for all of us a vision of the full spectrum of human emotion and work through your shit, because what we see on screen is a reflection of our own inner verse, right? Cinema is consciousness externalized. Cinema shows us the mind of a character. How do you show the mind if the mind is inside? The mind doesn't get acted out, but the actor, he gets to act out the mind with all of its existential wrestlings. He gets to live out his inner verse, and he gets to have that embodied therapy of living out his inner life inside of his psychological stage and inflatable castle. And wow, when they come out of those experiences, they are healed, and they are often made cleansed. They're cleansed. It's a baptism. You say action, and the actor can go there, and he can be baptized by grace. He can find redemption and absolution. He can work out his shit. So the question then becomes, do we settle for just the aesthetic distance of going to the theater, right, or the opera or the movies, and watching someone else act out their inner life in beautifully performed craftsmanship? Or do we also find places and spaces where the everyman can work through his own shit? Should we all join an improv acting class? Should we all go to a primal scream therapy class? Should we all just go to a place where, as part of like our own psychological education, we are regularly provided with an intervention that says, okay, open up, unleash, free the brave, reckless God that lives inside of you. Even if you smash all the walls and leave nothing in your wake, it's okay. Act it out, live it out. And I think what that can do is it can expunge us of this kind of like neuroticism, and it can free us and allow us to become more integrated, more holistic beings by having at least fully accepted all sides of ourselves, not just our highest and lofty and beautiful aspirations, but our pain and our loss and our grief and our shame and the indignities of the human condition. And from this place we can move past anxiety and self-doubt and rumination, and we can clean the stuff inside of us. And I think if actors get to do it, and I love them for it, all of us should get to do it, whether it's in a festival or psychedelic scream therapy or a dance hall. We need to just like put this messaging in culture, and we need to craft spaces where they can just work out their stuff, you know? It's like give them a place to run, you know, like give us a place to like, yeah, to misbehave and to emotionally act out, again, to act out our innerverse and work through our darkness. Like we need to do that. Otherwise, like we're living a lie, and it's only a matter of time before that kind of that grief and pain and loss and doubt that comes crashing like a freight train and ruins all our lives. Like I think we need the redemptive power of art, which is another way of saying safe spaces to work out our stuff without hurting others and without hurting ourselves. That's what we need. That's what actors have. That's what we need.